Yeah, this is a podcast of Nathan, Nat and Shaun.
Let's go!
Pretty special night last night watching the Shaun Warne Memorial.
Yeah, we've been discussing a little bit this morning the fact that the influence and impact he had on so many people's lives. We saw all the celebrities and take that away, but so many other people outside of that. We were able to catch up with him just a few years ago, talk about his book release.
2018, and one of the lucky things of us being a team for so long and staying together is that we get a chance to play things that we've done in the past like this, and it was very sad that the occasion has arisen that it just so happens that Shaun Warne. But it was such a great chat, and we heard such great stories last night from him and about him. We thought, let's play this for everyone to honour him.
Yeah, so here we are. This is Warne from 2018.
Well, the Sheikah Tweak is in the house. In fact, he's back in WA, which is great news. Shaun Warne I'm talking about, and his new book is called No Spin. Good morning to you, Warne.
G'day, guys. How are we?
Warne, really nice photo of you on the cover. You have to be happy with that.
I took about 8 hours to do this. They took about 50,000 photos. They chose one of the first ones they took. So.
That'd be right.
Yeah, that's all. I hate when they do that. We do a lot of things where they go, that was really good, but
Can you do it again?
And
And they
again,
use the
and
first
again.
Yeah, can we just do one more because we can?
Yeah.
Okay, right, sure.
Hey, Warne, really good read, mate. I love the fact that I didn't know a lot about your previous history, and one of the things that intrigued me about is how you got so good, and I've heard a lot about Terry Jenner in the past, your coach that you looked up to, but more so about your footy career, because that was your true passion, and your brother Jason could have been an AFL star too. So you played at St Kilda.
Yeah, I had 3 years at St Kilda, 86, 87, 88, and I was, it was my dream to play Aussie rules football. I just wasn't good enough, and then I got the letter saying your services are no longer required. And I worked in a jewellery factory. I worked for 40 Winks delivering beds. I delivered pizzas.
Wow.
And I thought, surely there's something I'm good at. This is not the rest of my life. Surely I've got to be better than this.
Had you shown promise as a junior cricketer, Warne?
A little. Well, I was mainly a batsman that just bowled a bit, but a trip to England in 1989 playing league cricket really fast-tracked my progress because in England you played 4 or 5 days a week for 6 months. And in Australia, the way our grade cricket is, you play a Saturday and, you play Saturday and you might bat. The next Saturday you bowl.
Yeah.
And then it rains the next Saturday and then the next Saturday you bat and the next Saturday you bat. So you've had one bowl in 6 weeks.
Yeah.
And in that time in England, I might have played 30 games. So it was just really good for my development playing local league cricket over there down in Bristol. It was a good thing for a lot of reasons. I put on over 20 kilos as well. I went over good as a fiddle at 78 kilos and came back 99. So I remember walking through the airport and I looked like I'd swallowed a wheelie bin. And he said, "Oh, what happened to you?" And it was good for a lot of reasons.
Hey, you would have to have gotten on your weight pretty thick skin because so many people have a go about your appearance, whether you've had surgery or not, your weight fluctuation, your hair. How is that, getting that onslaught all the time? Because it's like people want to take you down a peg or two for some reason.
Yeah, it never ceases to amaze me. You won't just try and giggle at it. I mean, the facial surgery stuff, like, what's the big deal? I've never had anything done. And if I wanted to have something done, I'd say, hey, check this out. I did this. Yeah. Cool. There's no big deal. If anyone wants to have anything done, it's up to them.
Yeah.
But I can assure you I've never had anything. You can search my face with a microscope and look for scars, you do whatever you want. What happened with me is when people started that, I got super fit again. And I'm nearly 50 years of age. So a couple of years ago when I was really fit, at 47 years of age, when you get down to like 77, 78 kilos, it was too skinny for, 6 foot. So I was just too skinny for my height and my age. And I really looked drawn in the face. So, yeah, I just lost too much weight. But now if I can go somewhere in between, because I've overindulged for a while now as well. But that's just the way people are. So, if they want to have a crack at whatever, let them have a crack.
You know what it is though, Warne? I feel like people are most comfortable with you when it looks like you're the guy that would go down to the pub with them, drink some beers and smash a burger. That's what people want from you.
Hey, don't worry, I've been doing that. Don't worry, I'm doing that.
It didn't fit when you looked, you were super fit and dating, Elizabeth Hurley. It didn't work for us.
I know people's perception doesn't always equal reality.
Yeah.
Hey, Warne, I'm turning back the clock a bit, but I did love a story in the book, which is when you're in year 12 and a teacher smacked you in the face with a book.
Yeah.
What book was it?
Do you remember the year 12 maths books? How thick they were. They were massive. And I was being an absolute dick in their class. Disruptive, I was being annoying and all that sort of stuff. And I was just being a disruptive, basically. Let's put it that way. And he just, he'd had enough. And he snapped and he just whacked me across the face with his big maths book. I said, what? What the hell? And so I got up and, your natural reaction is you want to throw a punch. And I said, so I just looked around and I saw this duster that was on the floor. You remember the old blackboard and there's a duster just as a blow? So I picked it up and just hoided at him and it hit him right in the nuts. Hit him right where it is. And you remember that? So it's got the white chalk on it and it came straight across his head. And then just go and see the headmaster. So Steve Jones, our headmaster, practiced golfing on my butt and gave me 6 of the best.
Oh, yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Of course.
I have to be honest, I'm not really that much into cricket, so I went straight away to the
Really?
the chapter.
You never mentioned it.
Warne doesn't know me.
No.
So the chapter of Elizabeth was my everything.
Right.
When you write because you're being very honest about both of your relationship, did you send her the pages beforehand? What's the deal? Because you two are really still good mates, aren't you?
Yeah, I've had a couple of people ask me about that, and I said, well, I didn't because everything I've written in the book is factual, so I don't need to check that with people.
Yeah.
I did message Elizabeth. I messaged my ex-wife and all that, saying, hey, look, I've done a book and I've just given a true account and true reflection of our relationship. And they said, oh, well, I hope you're being nice.
Yeah.
That was about it.
You were being nice, but I want to take you back to the first time that you ever kissed Elizabeth Hurley, right? Were you thinking, I am a legend?
No, I wasn't thinking that.
You must have.
Come on, Warne.
You must have wanted to get on the phone and text someone and say, you wouldn't believe it.
I would have wanted to have told everybody that I've ever met.
No, I didn't do that, no. I wasn't thinking that at all.
Really? Oh my God.
No.
Oh.
Do you reckon she was thinking,
Sorry
I
to
must
let you
tell
down,
everyone
but no,
I've
I
just
wasn't.
kissed Shane
She
Warne?
probably did. I've just run into the greatest leg spinner of all time. You wouldn't believe it.
Imagine you two kissing each other, then running off into separate rooms to text everyone. I just got with Warne. I just got with Hurley. Oh my God.
No, that didn't happen.
One of the other things, I'm always interested, right? So when you went bananas and you were just out of control and supremely popular, Nike jumped on board with you, Just Jeans and all that kind of stuff. How was it, did it sit with you, a guy from Sandringham that got to meet, all of a sudden you're standing next to Michael Jordan, all of a sudden you're standing next to Claudia Schiffer and that walking down a runway for Just Jeans, all that stuff.
Hilarious.
Yeah, it was, as I said to you, after football and stuff, and cricket happened so fast, and then suddenly within a couple of years, as you said, I was face of Nike. I'm flying to America and doing ads with Bo Jackson and doing stuff with Michael Jordan and walking runways with Schiffer and Helena Christensen and all these people, all in the space of a couple of years. And I'm still only 24, 25 years of age.
Wow.
It's like, what the hell's going on here? But, I think I got a bit carried away with it all too. I became a bit of a knob, really. I was a bit of a big head at times and always started to believe all that crap. And, it was a bit disappointing. Luckily, though, I've always had good people around me, and my family's always been amazing to me to give me a kick up the backside and say, hey, pull your head in. So I think I've been lucky. So I think I went through a bit of a stage there in the mid-90s where I was a bit of a big head. But over time and stuff like that, I've always been myself. I've never pretended to be something I'm not. And I think that's why people still like me. And I've always been honest. I've always just told the truth and say, you know what, I stuffed up. I'm sorry. I made a mistake.
Yeah.
And I think people might not like that. And I don't care if people like me or don't like me. But I hope people get a better understanding after reading this book about who I am. I'm not just one of these human headlines. Yes, I've made plenty of silly mistakes over my 30-year life in the public eye. And I'll probably make a lot more. But I've never pretended to be something I'm not, and I think I've brought a lot of joy to people playing cricket for Australia.
Oh, there's no
I
doubt.
loved it.
What's great about this is your kids, when they grow up, because right now, kids don't really care about what their parents are doing at a certain age, but when they grow
We're
up...
meant to embarrass them, aren't we?
Yeah, exactly.
But when they grow up, to have this there ready
Yeah.
to go to read about their dad from his own words, that's an amazing gift that you can give them.
Yeah,
That's awesome.
absolutely.
Thank you. Thanks,
Your
guys.
career's been testament to being a late bloomer. You had an inglorious Test debut, but you just kept plugging away and became one of the greatest of all time. So credit to
No,
you.
thank you.
Yeah, and Warne,
No, thank you. I think that attitude about never giving up is important, and I hope that, at times in my life I have to go and speak to people, so if anyone's got any issues at all, whatever it is, please go and speak to someone. I hope this book can inspire people. I hope it also gives people a better understanding, as I said, of who I am. And I hope also that people, when they read the Art of Leg Spin chapter, they might realise that I just didn't turn up to a match, roll my arm over and hope someone got out.
Yeah,
there was a lot more to
there was
it.
an art to it,
yeah,
definitely.
and I like that's a
And
really
lot of
good
hard
read.
work too.
Nathan, Nat and Shaun is a Nova podcast. For more great comedy shows like this, head to novapodcasts.com.au.